You will feel your heart race. This isn't a movie set. This isn't scripted drama for television. These are the 10 wildest police chases caught on the unblinking eye of a Los Angeles Police Department dashcam. They are a countdown to chaos, a catalog of shattered nerves, twisted steel. Each clip shows you high speed that blurs the world into a tunnel of light and shadow. You will see close calls that defy physics and shocking crashes that seem too violent, too sudden to be anything but fiction. But they are real. They are the raw, unfiltered moments. The footage is stark. It's grainy and immediate. It puts you in the passenger seat of a black and white, staring through the same windshield as the officers on duty. You hear the clipped radio traffic, the rising whine of the engine, the relentless thump of your own pulse in your ears. This is the city at its most frantic, a sprawling beast of concrete and ambition where one wrong move can trigger a chain reaction of destruction. These chases are not about glory or excitement. They are about desperation, bad choices, and the men and women tasked with cleaning up the mess, one high-risk pursuit at a time. Each story is a fragment, a glimpse into a life careening out of control. The drivers are often faceless, known only by the erratic movements of their vehicles. They are ghosts in the machine, propelled by fear, intoxication, a simple, profound refusal to be caught. It begins as a whisper of trouble. A small, dark sedan is a phantom on the freeway, weaving through the late-night traffic with a reckless abandon that catches the eye of a patrol unit. The patrol unit locks on, its dashcam tracking the vehicle. The dashcam clicks into focus, painting a scene of impending danger. The car cuts between lanes, a predator moving at high speed. The freeway is a river of red taillights, a flowing artery of the city, and the suspect's car is a clot threatening to cause a catastrophic blockage. Officers follow, their own vehicle a steady shadow, closing the distance with disciplined precision. The suspect seems oblivious, or perhaps he simply does not care. He is a man possessed by speed, his world narrowed to the few feet of asphalt directly in front of his bumper. The dashcam shows other drivers reacting, hitting their brakes, swerving to give the runaway car a wide berth. The officers' voices are level on the radio, calling out their position, calling out their speed, calling out the car's erratic behavior. Then, the suspect makes his critical error. He exits the freeway at a velocity that defies common sense. He runs a red light at the bottom of the ramp. He clips a guardrail. The impact is brutal and loud, a screech of metal on metal that echoes in the night air. The car, which was a vessel of speed just moments before, becomes a mangled sculpture of twisted metal. It spins like a top, shedding parts and momentum until it lurches to a final, shuddering stop. The danger in this moment is the kinetic energy, the sudden, violent transfer of force that can turn a car into a coffin. The suspect's door flies open. A figure stumbles out. He attempts a desperate footbail, but his flight is short-lived. The chase is over. Officers are on him in seconds, their training taking over as they secure the scene and take the man into custody. 9. The wrong turn. The suspect believes he is clever. He thinks he can lose the black and white with a single sudden move. A hard right turn off the main boulevard plunges the pursuit into residential side streets. Dashcam snaps from open lanes to a claustrophobic corridor of parked cars, overgrown hedges, dark windows of sleeping homes. The world closes in. Danger isn't just speed, it's the unknown around every corner. Child's bicycle, stray dog resident backing out of driveway, all potential tragedies. 8. Freeway leap. Speed is a drug, this driver is high on it. Dashcam readout hits triple digits, a pickup hurtles down the highway. Machine pushed past its limits, its suspension groaning under the strain. Officers keep pace, a necessary risk to stay in sight. Then it happens. The truck hits a rough patch, a dip or bump that would be minor at lower speeds. At this velocity, it becomes a launch pad. The truck goes airborne, four wheels hanging in the air. A moment of terrifying grace. Downtown dash. The chase moves into the city's heart. Not the empty late-night freeway, but downtown in afternoon rush. Suspect's car, a silver blur, glass towers and bustling crosswalks. He runs red lights, intersections like Russian roulette. Dashcam captures chaos, a city bus lurches to a stop, pedestrians jump back in terror. Screeching tires and angry horns fill the air. Officers' focused radio calls steady amid bedlam. Suspect makes a fatal tactical error, ducks into a narrow alley he thinks is an escape. It's a dead end. Dashcam. Black and white boxes him in lights strobe red and blue across grimy brick. He surrenders without a fight. Freeway truck lands on its side. It rolls. A tumbling explosion of metal and glass comes to rest as wreckage. Wrong turn, chase ends. Similarly, suspect clips. A parked truck loses control, smashes into a dead-end wall. Each pursuit ends with a violent stop. Officers rush in their mission, shifting from pursuit to rescue and arrest. The weather adds another layer of danger. A light rain has made the road slick. The asphalt is a treacherous, oily surface. The suspect drives a small, unassuming sedan. He overestimates his skill. He underestimates the physics. He takes a corner too fast. The dashcam watches as the car's rear end breaks loose. The beginning of a spin. Graceful and horrifying. Tires scream in protest. A plume of white smoke billows from the rubber. The car is no longer under the driver's control. The sedan hits a street sign with a sickening thud. The metal pole bends. The pole snaps. The impact sends the car into the air. It flips onto its roof. It slides across the wet road in a shower of sparks. Shattered glass scatters. The dashcam shows an upside-down wreck. Steam hisses from the engine bay. Immediate danger, risk of fire. The vehicle is unstable. The condition of the person inside is unknown. Officers approach cautiously. Faces etched with concern. Priority shifts to preservation of life. They work quickly. They pull the dazed, wobo-soaked driver from the wreckage. On a crowded freeway, a chase can't be allowed to continue. The suspect is a clear and present danger. The decision is made. Supervising officer authorizes a PIT maneuver. Dashcam gives a clinical view of the tactic. The patrol car accelerates. Its front bumper aligns with the suspect's rear quarter panel. A gentle, deliberate tap. The laws of physics take over. The suspect's car begins to fishtail. Then it spins out. The spinning car slides down the freeway, perpendicular to traffic. It's terrifying, but it works. The vehicle stops without rolling or entering oncoming lanes. The threat is stopped. Nearby cars brake and avoid a catastrophic pileup. The suspect is stunned but uninjured. Surrounded and handcuffed. The move is aggressive and risky, but in trained hands, it's a life-saving precision tool. The pursuit dives underground. The chase enters a traffic tunnel, a suffocating tube of concrete and echoes. Headlights cut through the gloom, a swirl of dust, exhaust smoke. The siren wails, bouncing off tiled walls. The suspect panics. He misjudges a slight curve. He slams into the wall at high speed. The timing could not be worse. The chase, which began on a commercial strip, has spilled into a residential neighborhood just as school is letting in. The dashcam shows the flashing yellow lights of a school zone. Small children with backpacks wait on the sidewalk. Their faces turn toward the sound of approaching sirens. Curiosity and fear. Teachers rush, herding kids back away from the street. The suspect's car barrels through the zone like a missile of metal and recklessness. Officers in pursuit face an impossible choice. Continuing the chase puts every child at unacceptable risk. The lead officer makes the call. They are backing off. The dashcam shows the patrol car slowing dramatically, letting the suspect pull away. The priority is the safety of the children, a line that cannot be crossed. The danger extends to the most vulnerable members of the community. Later, using airship info and other units, the suspect is located and quietly arrested on a side street, far from the school. The footage is a gut-wrenching reminder of what's at stake. This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. The chase unfolds over what feels like an eternity, testing the endurance of man and machine. Dashcam records the passage of time. Wide open freeway. Tight, winding roads of the Hollywood Hills. Back down into the sprawling grid of the San Fernando Valley. Officers manage resources, switching positions in the lead, coordinating with air support, calling for backup to set up roadblocks ahead. The suspect is persistent. He feigns exits. He doubles back. He tries to hide in a vast shopping center parking lot. This is the one that makes your blood run cold. It is the clip that encapsulates the absolute worst-case scenario. It starts on a clear, dark night. A single, small car drives like the devil is on its tail. The suspect has no plan, no discernible strategy. He is a vessel of pure, unadulterated chaos. The car weaves through traffic on the freeway. It speeds, simply insane, a blur that seems to defy physics. Then, the inevitable happens. The suspect attempts a reckless lane change and clips the rear of another car, a family sedan, lights on, minding its own business. The dashcam records the impact in horrifying detail. The second car is sent into an uncontrollable spin. It flips once, it flips twice, it flips 3 times. It rolls across multiple lanes of traffic. Sparks fly, glass shatters everywhere. The sound is a violent symphony of destruction. Incredibly, the suspect keeps going, his car damaged but still moving, leaving a scene of carnage in his wake. The officer's mission instantly splits. Some continue the pursuit, others stop to render aid. The footage is raw and visceral, a stark sign of how fast a joyride becomes a multi-car disaster. The chase ends moments later. Officers get ahead and block an exit ramp. Another unit performs a high-risk pit maneuver. Each of these clips, from the freeway night flight to the final mayhem, tells a story of speed and profound danger. The dashcam gives us one perspective, a stark and unflinching view from the front line. We see what the officers see. We feel a fraction of the tension they must manage. Through this lens, we also glimpse the fear in the faces of the public, the innocent bystanders caught in the path of a fleeing suspect. These videos are more than just thrilling entertainment. They are invaluable teaching tools. They show the incredible cost of risk. They document the immense skill and restraint required of the officers who navigate these impossible situations. Officers are trained to stop danger, not to create more of it. They follow strict protocols for initiating and terminating pursuits, constantly weighing the risk to the public against the need to apprehend a suspect. They call for backup, they communicate with supervisors, they coordinate with air units. They use tactics like the pit maneuver. They deploy roadblocks as a last resort. They are trained to shift from pursuit to rescue in a heartbeat. The dashcam records it all, creating an objective record vital for training. Internal review and the courts. It is easy to watch these videos and feel a rush of adrenaline. The thrill is undeniable, but they must also serve as a powerful warning. Reckless driving is not a victimless crime. Fleeing from the police is not a game. It is a decision that forces officers to act, a choice that puts countless innocent lives in the crosshairs. The best possible outcome of any police pursuit is for it to never happen in the first place. The safest chase is the one that ends with a driver pulling over, placing their hands on the wheel, and accepting the consequences of their actions. These 10 dashcam chases are raw, real, deeply unsettling. They showcase breathtaking speed, heart-stopping fear, and the decisive, split-second actions of men and women in uniform. They demonstrate with brutal clarity how a single bad choice can spiral outward, creating waves of destruction that change many lives forever. Watch these videos to understand the stakes. Watch them to respect how perilously close danger can be on any given day. And most importantly, remember the simplest lesson they teach: slow down. Follow the law. Do your part to keep the roads safe for everyone.